Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tarentum mini-series of Imperator Rome. And as you can see, the Italian peninsula is starting to get a little bit cramped, at least in the southern side, whereas it's a bit more centralized and essential, except for small vassals that belongs to Rome. But here, down in Magna Graecia, at the end of the last episode, we've gone under through a few changes. And that's, we went from Tarentum, and we became the Italiote League, and now we are Magna Graecia, Megale Hellas, Great Greece. Which is led by Demodamas, which, interestingly enough, for those of you that remember the first episode, he was the first Archon of this country at the beginning of the series. And this is his second run, his second term, if you will, as the Archon. So, when he was younger, like say, I believe he was 18 at the start of this playthrough, and he once dreamed of a united Magna Graecia, and at 51 years old now, his dream is realized. So it's good to know that under his watch, and he's got a new name that goes along with it, his middle name. It's just a nickname, mind you. Now, he runs a not quite fully united nation of Magna Graecia yet, a united republic, because there's still plenty of work to be done, one would think, after our last war. But unfortunately, there's only about two Italiote cities that got away, and then this one includes, don't forget about Croton, because Croton is under Roman control, while these two areas, well, they belong to other powers, particularly Syracuse. Yeah, these are all Syracusan, including allied with Syracuse. So they could become a problem in the future. But that's up to the people in the Senate. So we are able to complete the mission of Greater Greece, so now let's do the matter of Magna Graecia. So our fortunes await in foreign lands. The Magna Graecia region has been considered part of our borders, yet much remains beyond our control to make sure it is brought under our influence one way or another. So we got to make sure it's under Magna Graecian influence. So which means we either fight Syracuse and their other ones, or Rome, who controls a small part of it, but if you want to see the complete zone of Magna Graecia, I mean, there's us, obviously, but in the actual control of the map mode, as I will switch back and forth just a few times. Rome controls this part of Magna Graecia, so yeah, that big chunk area, which it's got a few cities under their control, which no doubt will supply them with a lot of manpower. Even when they expanded further up north, there's a handful of cities up there. But if Rome were to expand anywhere, it would likely be through this way. No, they do not have a single casus belli on the northern part, which is Cisalpine Gaul. So that could be a problem. It's up to you. Now it's time to consult the Senate, which will take us a year to decide, which will have a claim on every territory of Calabria, Apulia, which we do control Apulia. You sure? No. And Lucania. Basically, we may have to fight the Romans. But just consult first. They'll get to speaking matters. Look, they may have a lot of cohorts and plenty of ships, but their manpower is seemingly infinite because they gain 260 each month. Whereas for us, we only gain 101. That's 1,000 men every 10 months for us. And a lot more than that for them. And some of that coming from their feudatory subjects. I mean, we already have a cast spell eye on Rome and others. I mean, we do have all the claims that belongs to Magna Graecia, so we don't need to fabricate them. Just consulting with the Senate is enough. But in the meantime, we're going to get some more war elephants, and for now, lower the forward maintenance and start making a lot of money. And speaking of money, those policies of cultural assimilation that I had previously, no longer necessary to me, because we were concerned about turning one of the territories Italiote as part of the requirements from the last mission, which we were able to achieve. So we're going to become more money intensive these days, so as you could see. Plus it takes a long time to assimilate a population. I mean, there's not many Italics left in our realm anyhow. So now we'll encourage trade. Apulia, however, I was thinking, should we also let them encourage trade? Like, well, there's only one. It's got better tax income than the other. Because I was thinking of switching to borderlands, because fort defense. But I believe that's more proper. Yeah, it's borderlands, so I believe we can leave at that. That's for the fort defenses should hostilities between us and Rome break down. Not to mention you gotta encourage more trade. Really, that's the only one? And that's from Egypt. Okay, anything else? Okay. So what do we have here? We already have a cloth, but surplus in this area? It'll do. Just for the more local taxes. We have horses, do we? Not in this area, but I know we do in our home. Saracen revolt down now. That ain't gonna do much. Because, you know, well, that means we'll stop trading with them immediately before we even think about building cavalry. I guess Egypt is going to be becoming a reliable trading partner. That's down here at Calabria, which will switch that policy as well. Which looks like taxation is fine. Not necessarily borderlands, because if hostels were to break down, we'll likely capture those too. So acquisition of wealth will do as well. Sign. What do we have here? We will bring more base metals. What's the surplus in that area anyhow? So that's more frame and output. screw it. This one's just for more Freeman output. You know, more Freeman means more, oh, you're looking at this area. I mean, here. Even though the capital of Magna Graecia in Calabria is over there. Whereas it should be, which one is more populated? This here. Of course, it would lose province loyalty, but we do not have a governor there, so it'll go back up no matter what. Got it all right. Yep. Just prepare for the worst. I always tell myself. Sounding out the opposition. Debate has raged for many years. Well, most of our years were warring years, anyhow, over our rocky relationship with the nation-states resident in Magna Graecia. Akragas, a nation many in Magna Graecia call it a friend, stands well placed to provide us with assistance in our endeavors to control Magna Graecia. Many of our more warlike advisors, however, seem to attempt burning all bridges and laying waste to the Akraganatine lands in an effort to advance further our cause. I recall they burnt or destroyed a holy site. But let's try to be nice here. We must maintain a benevolent image. In case if we need allies to fight Rome. And if our alliance with Rome breaks down, then we may have to look to Macedonia. Macedonia and Megale Hellas. That's down there, so it shouldn't take too long, even though you're up against them. Basically, the entire, whatchamacall that region. Arcadian League. And obviously we're making a lot more money. And I'll be sure to spend that money. Each of the cities will get tax offices to further up on the taxes. And we may have to create a second army in the future. But man, if we want a navy, it has to be a strong navy in order to take on pirates. And those Zephyrite ships are not even close to pirates that are patrolling the coast. The region of Magna Graecia has remained a viable source of trade and commerce for our nation for many long years. Many amongst the Senate insist that such a bountiful land would serve a much better purpose if fully integrated under the Magna Graecian banner. Of course, as with all matters of state, many are in opposition, claiming that a healthy relationship with our neighbors is far more important than a wanton land grab, which is something we've been doing a lot, at breakneck speed. The leaders each side present their arguments and ask for arbitration as to which method would be more appropriate in our dealings with the various states resident in Magna Graecia. At least we have a lot more loyal people here. We long for friendship and cooperation in Magna Graecia. We're just trying to play nice. For now. But in actuality, we're just buying time. I'm sure it's going to take a long time for these guys to go back home. Trurians here. Move over here. Station yourself there. Still building that fortress. It's going to take another more than a year. So that way the zone of control, when hostilities begin, Croton and Stylicum will be under our control. Immediately. Of course, that leaves this to the open. Man of Ares. One of our soldiers has a reputation of a man blessed by the god of war himself, fighting with a frenzy unlike any other. Some of our other soldiers question why he's not been promoted after all his heroic deeds during war, while others treat him as some sort of demigod. He will join our court. We always look for more talented generals. Let me see. How many loyal cords? 4, 5. Okay. Because I'm going to sack you right now, so... Whew. That... Fine. Well, we tend to get rid of you, even though you've done a good service to this nation, because we found a better man. Aristogedon. Imperator. He's a Magna Graecian minor character. He is brave and steadfast, so he's half and half on loyalty, but the troops will be with him. As time goes on, the loyalty gain chance. But the man's got plenty of charisma. But his martial makes us the greatest general that we've ever had. Second only to this old man here, who is the Mississippian, which I believe we brought him here, I recall. Not the same faction as ruler. How old are you? 25. In about 10 years, you'll be eligible to be elected. One day you will rule this country with an iron fist. In a good way. This army's about to get more elephants. And I was thinking about creating more heavy cavalry. Well, that's gonna have to wait because reasons. Ah, crap. Military factions at it again. What's your charisma? 2. Well, if we have a military faction guy in running this country, he may not have the skill, but at least it'll make the new guy happy. More loyal to us when the military faction's running things. I really don't want to increase more tyranny than it needs to be. And we know elections in... what's that date again? October 1st. Again, they have more seats. 20... Alright, plus 2 more tyranny and give them 10 seats. Okay, well, remember, it's a close call. Even a religious faction's tied. Screw it. We'll be sure to sacrifice the gods for more stability. Have my endorsement. Anyone from the military faction? Ah, yes. You. And we'll sort that out in the next turn. When our military man becomes Archon. There it changes. And it's that time of the year. Yes, he's become less loyal to me because of the tyranny, which I apologize. But you'll be more happy when a guy from, you know, your faction's going to be running the country. Also, anytime when you send a character off to the Olympics, they do come back, you know. Which reminds me, isn't that Macedonian man still around, or is he long dead? Probably long gone. Natural death, I assume. Either that or just send that guy away. Friggin' pirate. I mean, we're not at war right now, and we don't expect war, so what's the harm? He'll compete in the Olympics and he will return. Keep an eye on that. Epidaurus is sacked by Phrygia. Those bastards. Just simply for the sake of it for that option, just because of how I feel. That's why. Phrygia is allied with Sparta. What game are you playing at? Well, I guess they finished their war and they sacked it her. I guess they were helping out Epidaurus or something. And it was said that Phrygia did it. So don't appoint a new general yet. Wait until he returns. Keep an eye on that, as I have much listed. And here comes the elephants to join the army. But I may want to trim it a bit. Just to, eventually, when we get enough manpower, create a second army. That should be more towards, infantry. Supported by light cavalry. Keep the elephants in that army. And eventually introduce heavy cavalry. Which we want to make the first army the elite army. Rhetoric and debate has raged over a full year. The Senate of Magna Graecia has reached a final stance on the matter of Magna Graecia. Drawing a sharp breath, the herald recites, the Senate demand protection for the wake of Magna Graecia. A respectable olive branch for 20 years. Definitely up on our diplomatic reputation. But the war score costs would increase, unfortunately, which means if I want a lot of big territory, that'll be reduced. So I may proceed on further mission task. So, again, we need to own all of this, or get this, put into Magna Graecia, so we have no choice but to, so owns 3 or more cities in Apollonia. There's one city, here's second, but, something tells me that if we have a lot of money, we could build another city and it'll count up, but don't want to give away certain trade. It's only if you build a city at an area where there's food, the food will go away and it'll be replaced by a new trade good, like cloth or silk or dye. Is that? I do not know. There's only 2 cities in this whole region. And if I were to build one, it would probably be there. Because it's an import. Or alternatively, as we do have a casus belli against Syracuse, just take on Syracuse and conquer the vassals too. So that way we can get a little bit more of Calabria, as well as our entrance into Sicily, which will put us in a precarious position with Carthage, which they do not look at us fondly. But if they do attack us, Rome will assist us, so it would be best not to antagonize the Romans yet. But they're going north now. Just as I suspected. They want this area. And it's going to be their interest to further up north and go to places like Veneto, Lagonia, Boy, Canomania, and Subria. That's where they're going. So, don't antagonize Rome yet. Don't break that alliance. They're still useful to us. So, position the army here. For the time being. But Don't start the war yet. There in the creation. Starts on our Bactria. That's him. Third place. Which, by the way, he's about to die as you see his health. Well, no. He's still alive, but he's 57. I guess he had a real bad disease, but he's still alive and kicking. And you got Pantarchus of Epidarios, who's second. Oh, wait a minute. Is this third? This is second. But nonetheless, the winner is him. Which I think I may have seen that man before. Because the name is familiar. But too bad our guy didn't win. He'll be coming back home soon. And when he returns, he'll be happy to know that the military faction is now running things. Our morale of armies and navies are up. Stop. Let's not rush into things. So no need for discipline, because we have enough strength to deal with whoever they attack us. Even with their combined forces, they would not best our army. So for now, just calling upon Hades for more. Wait, the research. Just remembered something. Where are we on? Oh, something I should have done in a previous episode had I paid more attention. We got more civic ideas now that we'd reached Tech 4. I mean, we'll keep this for complex terrors. More importantly, patronized trading posts means more capital import routes. Because you know how important the commerce is. But we need to save a little bit more money, which... God dang. Well, if it's really that expensive... And also, I suggest you better give somebody that family job. Okay, who's the most loyal out of you? Persons. But if you want to further research this, then like our economy is 1.41, but it's a bit more reduced. Screw it. More tax. Wanted more tech points on us. Research points. That's what I would much prefer. We're about to have further increased maintenance for that fortress. So wait until we have at least 70 gold. Or get money by any means in random events. Again, the mission line tells us you must fight Rome. And we know that Rome is never content with what they have, but they'll keep gaining and they grow stronger each day. And we may look to other allies, which they'll say they'll get too many relations, and yes, there's a rank difference, and we're competing power, so unlikely unless you want to befriend a man. Which he has no shortage of friends. I think we could possibly arrange it. Also, I never really looked at myself. How much money do I have? Little. Start getting money so that I may start befriending the Basileus of Macedon. We may look to them as a potential ally. Because it seems we may have to break away from Rome sooner rather than later. Really, there's a Triffin? Oh, the supply limit. I didn't know that. Maybe that's why the cost just went up. Okay, go to here. My mistake. Unfortunately, we won't gain much manpower because of our rulers, Marshal. Thought that might have been the case. Is he back yet? Yes, yes. Well, you competed in the Olympics and you didn't win a damn thing, but you run the army now. And I know he has a pretty big power race in the country. General commanded cohorts. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a pretty tall task. Now we only make one a year. Do I really want to reduce the army maintenance? I mean, we're not being threatened by war at the moment, nor do I start it. And I do want to import more, just temporarily. Reducing army maintenance. Not to mention need more manpower. And freemen. Hell, a little more of everything. And wait for the tyranny to be reduced. And get that stability back up, but if I want to do that, that'll cost you considerable political influence. There are no disloyal characters, so it's fine. And when you have a low army maintenance, you can't drill the troops. First thing next month. See what we can import. So, I mean, this is what I was worried about. Become more and more disloyal because I believe that, yep, one of them's already loyal to him. Oh, no, that's from the previous guy. That's the reason why I probably want to create a second army and trim that a bit and move it to the other side. But maybe once that tyranny goes down a bit more, maybe he'll look at me more positively. Or say, hey, we're both military men, so fly down to a conference. Anyways. Matter, how many slaves do we have in this country? And if we want more horses, you're going to need 8 more. That won't do. So. This one for the light cavalry discipline. And further increase on population capacity, which there's an awful lot of people living here. I already have a surplus of vegetables. Guess we'll bring livestock in. I guess more vegetables. Unless I want to improve relations with some other country that we could trade with. Like if I want something like more wood, but if you want more wood, countries from very far away wouldn't. Hell, even Syracuse are potential enemy. While some other countries, well, maybe we can get it from Egypt. I'd like to have more wood. Because one day we may need a navy. Oh, obviously too distant. We're just improving, because Egypt is going to become our main trading partner, especially when hostilities begin. That's a price we have to pay for stability being in the negative. It's the loyalty for cohorts. Worked. Where exactly? I mean, I know that's in Syria Phoenicia territory. Oh, that's Syria. Import wood from there. No doubt this increases our commerce, but hey, when you got a surplus of wood, faster ship recruitment speed if we need to build a navy. So where are we? Just keep it low. Because I want to spend money to build tax offices on each of the cities that we own. Just a further increase on the taxes, and then we'll move our army maintenance back to normal. The industrious folk of Cyprus has exiled themselves, contributed all personal funds to develop infrastructure of their fine city. We hope that this attitude can be mirrored by some of our less loyal subjects. Yeah, it's our heavily fortified city that's surrounded by Roman territory. Either give them a granary, or a foundry, or just get money from them. Well, Apulia is not under our control, we hold about... Well, they hold more territory than we do, so do give them a granary. Just simply for the sake of it. Rome is making gains. And all the other tribes up there are at war with them. They got many cohorts. Parts took care of them. Again, we could easily beat Syracuse in the war if we want to unite the rest of Magna Graecia. But those pirate bastards. Yeah, they're gonna get this, and soon they're gonna get Monte Fonte. Don't tempt me in creating a navy. This is a result of plundered by pirates. Tax goes down, so is commerce value and pop demotion. Demotion. Nobody's being demoted. Okay, now there is. A citizen will become a freeman. The less citizens want to become freemen. Thus, it'll hurt the commerce and research and go towards manpower as if they want to be, in the army soon. And in the eventual creation of the second army. But it has to be a cheaper army. Was thinking about having Macedon as an ally, but I don't know about that now since the Phrygians have struck back. Yeah, I know that, man. At least this episode we finally focus more on the internal. And keep an eye on that general. That man is the dangerous one. I mean, we wanted all the good talent, but him being brave is just what... I don't know. He could become slowly popular day by day. Okay, got enough money. Might just tax income. Let's see. Do we have a tax office here? Yes, we do. Which one produces the most? Exactly. Despite the recent pirate attack, obviously here, too few people. Oh, I didn't see that. Well, we gave them a granary, so hopefully more people will come there. Heraclius most. This is Stylium. Awful lot of people produce tax there. Oh, tribes. And down here in Calabria. Which one? So we'll take half a year. And the next thing we'll spend is a second army, in which we'll have to trim some of that just to get them away. Matter of fact, who else is loyal to him? I want to know. Only one is loyal. Oh, damn it! He's got one of the elephants, because I was thinking about take the elephants away from him, but no, he's got one in his pocket. Well, you just wait till the Olympics come and we'll send him away again to compete. And all the loyalties will go away, and then it'll, yeah, it won't happen until whoever runs the next one. Civic faction has a lot of backing. He's the admiral. Remember, if we were to fight Rome now, I mean, a two-front war, it doesn't sound like a bad idea, but the other problem is that manpower. They will last a very long time. I think we're making good money, so stability. It's just to stop the further increased chance of more loyal cohorts. Basilisk Smart offers friendship. Well, I ain't got no friends, so yeah, why not? Remember your ancestors. How much would it be to... Okay. Because I need to pay them off, and then I will initiate the other part of the plan to create a second army. Don't want to really bribe the guy. They haven't done anything. Carthage is laying and waiting, while Rome continues on its extremely aggressive expansion, in my opinion. And no disloyal characters that I would take advantage of, because I would wish that one of their legions are disloyal and then try to plant the seeds to have a civil war while I won't back them. Just create chaos there. That's what I would like to see. Just pure, unadulterated chaos. And earned it. And they're no longer allies with Sparta. They do not have a cash spell on Sparta, though. They do on the other of the Diadochi. Because Sparta now sides with Phrygia. At least they never called us for assistance. Wouldn't worry about it. Temple renovation. Oh, God, no. We'll just have no need for this because I don't want to go in depth, at least briefly. No, we're just saving a little bit more money. I only got 2 loyal ones. The cavalry and the elephants. Just want to... At least we have a lot of manpower reserve so we can last the war a little bit longer, but Rome can last much longer. And they will soon become a major power. Once this is all said and done. If Carthage were to ever declare war with Rome, I don't want to get involved in that business and just... But I do mind if Carthage were to attack us and Rome comes on our side, fine by me. I'll just try to defend my homeland. Well, let Rome go over and beat the crap out of each other, then I'll just betray them at the end of it. The beating of hooves. In the far-flung lands where the wild Scythians ride, there are rumors of war. A bright star appeared, promising a new home amongst the lands of the south. Messengers from all around bring the word of preparations in the steppe. We would be wise to consider our situation. Even the stoic Greek kings should fear this threat. An invasion of the promised Magna Graecia's potential to destabilize the world as we know it. Our eyes shall remain on the horizon. It's from over there. It's from this region here, which they've gained big time. Surprised to see Byzantium on the map. How on earth have they grown themselves? Must have had good friends and connections. Oh, here's an opportunity to make more money. Friend of the Admiral. Find you an office. But the question is, who has too much? Let's see, four, okay. What are those two? And knowing, Damas, the party leader, he could be a good strategos or good, fun. Well, matter of fact, just good. I know where to put you. Hope you like that position. Be sure to give us that money reward soon afterwards so I can pay off these little cohorts that he's got and to create a second army. Which we're not going to create it too big because we need to stick to being cheaper. They done yet? No. Ah, no need for that now. The Olympics have come again. You didn't win, but first time. But now, here's your second chance. Do it for Magna Graecia. Let the country be more stable. See? All gone. Except for this one. Metrodorus is still around. That gets him off my back. Okay, now let me shape this plan. Keep the elephants away from the main army. The elephants will belong in the second army. They're going to be the backup. So we're just trimming it down the size. Move them back a bit. While this army will soon give them heavy cavalry. But obviously, it's going to cost a lot to maintain. I think having one archer wouldn't hurt. Because when you got more archers, that's good at taking down infantry. And heavy infantry is good at taking down light and heavy cavalry. Again, we're no longer fighting tribesmen. We're soon going to be faced a first-class enemy. Well, it's not a good idea to have a cavalry-oriented army. Sure, they can take out infantry and whatnot, but they can't siege things down without infantry support. Excellent. We got plenty of manpower to make it happen. So, let's do this. One more archers. Two heavy cavalry. And this one is gonna have 4 light infantry, even though, despite what it says, but they take way less attrition compared to all the other units. And the morale damage taken is way more reduced, so don't underestimate the damage against other units. It's just they can take more. Have 4 of them. That's it. As I said, we consider this an elite army, especially when we have more heavy cavalry there. The second army is a cheaper one, and it has elephants, which is basically going to be our secret weapon in case things don't go our way for the first army. The Admiral. I mean, we could have gone to war with this faction, but it is not to be. And that man really needs to go away. He's got a lot of rivals now. Wish I could make him a rival, but maybe that would fall the task on him. But hey, he's a nice guy. And charismatic too, hence the reason why. Not to mention Admiral of the Fleet. I mean, he served that term when we helped out Empress with their thing. In fact, move the port while you're at it. One day we'll assemble a navy if we ever expand our influence. Syracuse? Roman... Okay. I was about to say, they've gone far enough. May have to ditch Rome sooner rather than later. And oh my goodness, Phrygia has entered Greece. And Macedonia proper. Again, Macedonia is badly beaten. Phrygia is neutral with us. But I believe we're too far away to make contact because their capital is in Antagonia, which is over there. Too far away from any contact. Hey, you need help? They'll be willing. Ditch Rome, ally with Syracuse. Like, what say you, Magna Grecian brother? Shall we take on Rome together? Epirus will be there, even though they're not doing much of anything. They got the manpower, but they can't transport all the troops across. And of course, the danger of pirates. Macedon is too weak at this point. I mean, it may not look like it, but the manpower, to me, yeah. And Sparta is growing considerably. Too bad I can't really join you unless we ask. Unless they ask. Again, happy to be a friend of Sparta. We'll hear the results from the Olympics very soon. He didn't win either of these places, so. Because of Astakos, disqualified. To gouge the eyes of it. Astandinese of doubters. Panonios, Hypabatid of Miletus. First time winner. At least I'll get a little popularity right before I leave. The country is still stable and tyranny has gone down slowly but surely. Only have one disloyal character. Oh yeah, we has a foreign ruler for a friend, Sparta. And we know this man, friend of Pyrrhus, and Damadamus. However, he now suffers inflammation. It's starting to catch up with him. We have enough money for mercenaries, though, but we have good income now. Now that the man from the civic faction's running things, and therefore taxation's increased. Although, the balance is going to go down a bit as heavy cavalry will be created to be in part of this army. So I guess war with Rome is a real possibility, but we just don't have the manpower to sustain a long war with them. I mean, they will go down here and take Sicily for themselves. That's what I fear. Sicily should rightfully belong to Magna Graecia. The longer we delay, the more powerful Rome gets, and the Punic Wars will begin. And they will never side with us because they do not like us. We're different, competing power. Oh, by the way, Rome's a major power now. Yes, we aided you prior, but you never called us out. You never called us in the war. I guess they're getting ambitious. The question is this man ambitious? No? I'm sure one of his generals probably is. So just wait. Don't call any omens yet. Save it. Well, again, Epirus will help us. So will Sparta. But problem is that is 6 cohorts, 10, us 24 versus 35. It seems even, but manpower. They will keep on fighting as long as they can. And we have an available decision, which, if we want to, we can change it to an Oligarchic Republic, which, why on earth would I want to do that? That would deprive us of to get commerce and trade we're making. Despite the fact that I said I thought commerce is more important. No, it's taxes. After all, we hold more cities. Heavy cavalry's created, they're on their way. May have to start drilling troops soon. May have to betray the Romans. That would probably be the best option right now. As Syracuse has occupied Croton. And based on that fire, that means they probably looted it too. Taking away slaves and the like. But we can get a good look at some of the legions of what do they have exactly. Just study them a bit. They got way more light cavalry. Which our elephants can... who can take on light cavalry the best? It's our heavy cavalry. Any more than that. But I think it would be best to look for mercenaries, and I don't usually recruit mercenaries. But I would only recruit them if they live anywhere close to here. And sustainable income, which we do not have. So I guess just wait for them to duke themselves out a bit. Even though they do have plenty of money if they want to hire mercenaries. But remember, if you're declaring war against Rome, you means you're declaring war with these two little things, including Illyrians. They're allied with Macedon. And what's left of the Etrurians of Corsica. But Etruria is in a bit of a precarious position. And they're about to have a civil war in a year. Let's look at their characters. I don't usually look at other countries' characters. I only usually do the potential recruitments and whatnot. But who is the most disloyal that actually runs an army? Almost none. There's a disloyal governor, the governor of Cisalpine Gaul, which pretty good size. There's a general, selfish but dumb. Here's a man. And there apparently is a bit of tyranny going on in that country. That can inspire disloyalty, which of course, since we're not at war and an aggressive expansion, it's because we haven't done any expanding, but we could start, well, stirring the pot of some trouble. So, he'll be disloyal enough to say, oh, by the way, he's General of 1st Legion. Where is the 1st Legion? That's Legion 6. Here's Legion 5, Legion 3, Legion 1. Oh, that's not much! Well, look for the biggest Legion and check their loyalties. And obviously... No, too loyal. And he's the co-ruler, co-consul. This would not be enough. Over here. Yes, he'll be disloyal enough. Because it has to be under 33% for a character to become disloyal. So that would be enough. But his power base, however, it's not much. Is there a way we can look up other characters' power bases? Here it is. I mean, obviously the ruler and the party leaders have a lot of power base, but... Aha! Mercantile party leader and civic. They got pretty big power bases. Including the governor of Magna Graecia. A lot of dumb people. I think I'm willing to stir up some trouble. I've never done this. Every time I play this game for the past 2 months, I've never, ever inspired disloyalty to other people's countries. But we may have to do that while they're at war with Syracuse. It says unable to revoke until at least 2 years pass. So I'll be willing to pay the price. And he's going to get money wherever he can get it. Magna Graecia made sure that Lucius Postumus Megale a bit less loyal. So now he's a disloyal character in the realm, I believe. Yes. Not to mention he's head of the Postume family. So that's one. But still no risk of civil war, even though they're a major power and they are a antagonist nation. I think it would be best if you just have governors be disloyal. So already inspiring disloyalty in a foreign character. May have picked the wrong one, but it would have been either him or that guy. Oh, anyways. I got a lot of money and it's currently sponsoring the games. So keep it. And I'm being targeted by 2 guys. One's trying to claim a holding from me, and the other wants to claim a holding. How many rebels do I have? 2. And I was thinking of making that guy, but he's pretty loyal to me and so is the other man. They just want some holdings from me. Well, just let time pass again. Just wait for time to pass. This man's too loyal, because he's a co-ruler. Speaking of loyalties, we should play these generals back. I was about to say the Libyans not here yet. But we got those 2. Wait 1 more month till April, then we'll see if he doesn't come back from the Olympics. Because characters do come back, you know. He's not back yet. Hi. Whoever's running the Olympics, where's our man? No, that's Macedonia I'm looking for. Was he killed in the Olympics? I mean, characters can die competing in the Olympics. So just wait 1 month and they will put the generals. Well, he has not returned, so these are going to be our guys. Start drilling. When you have characters that are constantly drilling, it'll up the military experience a bit more. Now, with that, we may have to go for something like this. So we have heavy cavalry now. Picked a wrong guy to, you know, cause that, but them being an antagonist nation, that's why they're scared of trying to put up civil war. But it's currently 12. That contributes very little. But it's the best one we can to find the power base. Would have been either that or a destroyer army. And that old pirate's lair. No, let's have more. All the others have joined. That's the risk we ought to take. Oh, it's Phrygia. They're at it again. Just when I was going to have to say something about Macedon, but nope. They're getting crushed, and they have way too many cohorts. That's going to hurt him. So you want to look for outside sources. Massalia, you have grown. Not grown enough. An outrageous display of brazen aptitude. Your credits, Lieutenant, challenged the ownership of the holding belonging to me. This afternoon, with only a set of blatantly forged documents to back up his claim, the proceedings did not last long. Yeah, he was trying to claim a holding of me, and I've never been fond of that man. But again, he's pretty loyal to me, but that land belonged to us for generations. God, 5 more years. So trying to start a Roman civil war is very, very hard to do. I mean, again, I never played as Rome, so I wouldn't know much. Now Truria's got their own problems. Civil war erupted. Carthage will never help us out. They ditched Truria. An alliance with them is impossible, even if you improve relations with them. Or if they get close to Sicily, if we let the Romans take Sicily, then Carthage will fight Rome, then we'll hit them from underneath. Which way is the right way, I ask? Army morale recovery, but not trying to spend any technologies, but it appears that Syracuse had sacked Rome earlier. I wasn't even aware of it. Huh. Yeah. Foreign occupation prevents civil war, so it was a waste of an investment. Surprised they never called us out to assist them. But I have my confidence in Epirus, and not sure about Sparta though. Egypt is... Whew! I would say it's out of the question to try to ally with them, because too far away. Cyrenaica has no friends, but we may have a friend. But, however, they fear Egypt may expand to take Cyrenaica. And if they call us out to help them out with the Egyptian problem, I am not coming over there. Any other Greek city-states out there? Out of the question. So, maybe Cyrenaica could be our new ally once we ditch Rome. They do have the ships and the cohorts to help even the odds. And they do have a manpower to sustain. So, remember, we originally considered Macedon, but that's impossible now. They're in a bad state of affairs. Not them. And what's the war score? +7. They are half a manpower down now. And they're making a little bit less money as they used to. But bear in mind, their martial advance is level 4. I'm level 3. So we're a bit outmatched. Oh hey, welcome back! Even though the brave and steadfast thing, listen, I like you, but yeah. Statesmancraft, however, I'm trying to think. What's your loyalty? 61? Maybe 62. Yeah, what took you? I'm sure we already have low cohorts in this army. Yes, 2 of them. Wait a minute, okay, that's +30. But we can't check percentage of other people's statesmanship, right? Yes, you can. 21. Okay, you win. You get to run this army again. Well, you run this office now. It's better statesmanship. But it decays each month. But in the meantime, keep drilling. This is going to be a pretty expensive war once all this starts. Which is likely going to start in the next episode. This is just basically, we use this episode to focus more on internal matters. Oh, here we go again. It's the other guy that wants my holding. More stability. I don't want any money. Money situation's fine. Embrace piracy. More commerce. And at the same time, city games in Taurus. There's been a lot of work to prepare city games in our capital, Taurus. With only a few days left before it starts, they started looking to us for some aid in financially supporting them. So it could be even grander than originally planned. If we assist them, we are sure to gain some fame from the general populace. I'm a pretty nice guy, and I'm somewhat popular. Half and half. I spend it a little. It's just for 3 years' time. Keeping on a what the hell's... Syracuse has broken up a bit. Rome did not create any territorial gains. Now they've switched their focus towards the north again. Dealing with all the tribes, all the Gallic tribes. They've apparently made white peace with Syracuse. Well, Syracuse survived, so... But remember, we have a casus belli against these cities. I think we found our ways to expand. Thank goodness Rome did not make any gains, so... With them split up with weakened forces, we can take them all on easily. Looks like we found our opportunity. Looks like you're gonna have to stop drilling, boys, because, We found the way to expand into Sicily now. Especially with Syracuse in a sorry state of affairs now. They may have the cohorts, but they got 2 tributaries. But it's them that we're going to be dealing with right again. Italiote brother. But his only ally is Hellas. They're willing to ally with us, but we're not looking to make friends. We're looking for a way into Sicily. As the mission states, assuming that we kick the Romans out of any part of the region, then we go acquire Siculia. It's the Greek name for Sicily. Yeah, that's our way in. But Campania, well, we have to fight the Romans more. And triumph in Magna Graecia by defeating the Romans. It seems they encourage us to defeat the Romans. But having more power in Sicily will do us good in manpower. There's some cities. Yes, just only 2 cities. These are all empty settlements. But Syracuse is the big prize. And I want that. So assuming that we declare war on them, yeah, they'll join, but we can handle it ourselves. No need for other countries' help. Not even Rome. Alright, figured out how we're gonna do this. Obviously, we'll be going over with Regale, which is going to be our entrance into Sicily in that part of Magna Graecia. But at this time, there's a separation with the strait crossing there. We do not have access with them, but they'll be accepting once we improve the opinion of this small city-state autocratic monarchy. Despite the fact that it's called a republic, but in actuality it's an absolute monarchy there. So that term kind of contradicts itself, as he is the Rex of the republic. Rex means king. So as we improve relations, which at that time the army will be besieging this area, which declare that right now. Don't give a damn if the Senate is divided over this issue. We'll have a bit of tyranny. Siculia is the goal. This will be in a way. But at least we'll import glass into this region. We're not bringing any friends because Epirus will do, we'll be more willing to join our wars than anything else. Sparta is busy and Rome is busy. We can do it on our own. We've been training our army for this. So time for you on the march. But however, that fort maintenance stays down, because this is an offensive war. If they try to come in, this is what the second army is for. For now, it's home defense for the second stratus, and they can keep drilling. And that's time to discipline. And so that's 1, 2, and that includes their ally. Basically only taking 2 cities. The rest of it is just settlements, just empty land. 19, 18. On our way now. They go nowhere. And I believe that's probably the only army that they have. Annihilated them. A little more stability. Those are just mercenaries sitting there. The numbers kind of deceiving. The rest of it is just mercenaries that are ready to be hired if willing. Syracuse has decided that this independent country is now integrated, so it's no longer a city-state. thought for sure Rome was going to get Sicily, but not anymore. This half of Sicily belongs to us. Another reason of why keep drilling. Further increase on military experience. And we will not advance further until they give us access, this little hybrid republic kingdom. We were trying to buy whatever that it could support us. A surplus of elephants? Count me in. Thank you, Egypt. Now we have war elephant discipline, in addition to local manpower. But that's for those guys. They're the reserve. What's going on up there? Oh boy, I think had we delayed it more, then it would have been trouble. I mean, Tandaria wants to expand into this region, much as we're trying to get our share of Sicilia. This is their capital that we're going to take, which is about to fall. Well, no, it's still holding on. It's a level 1 fort even, though. Alright. More money is needed. In case if we need mercenaries or pay off veterans. Especially this one, as soon as the hostilities end. And perhaps more research. One to Taurus, one to Taurus. We got him. Now, we're stalling for time, but I cannot send my navy out because pirates are out there. Because we want to... You can't just waltz in there. What we want to do is just go there, then grab this city. And I'm having an affection, which if I want to, I can treat myself, seek treatment. I have the funds to do it, so why not? We like this man. Populist faction bastard. And he's looking to assassinate people. Not to mention he's targeted by a lot of folks. One wants to claim the holding. Other, claim holding. Hang on. This one. Everybody wants to hold holdings. What I would love to do to smear his reputation, but that's tyranny. He's not a solo character, it's just I don't want him running the country. He's got terrible martial, but I cannot deny his zeal. But damn it, this is not the man that should be running the country. And look at his traits. He's a terrible person. And the technology speed, that would hurt. Second best candidate. Oh, it's a tie at this point, though. Hero minis. He does not have the charisma, but he may be a corrupt man, but I do not care. Oh yeah, this man. mercantile faction. Put him here. That could help a little. I'll check back as the time passes. He was the head of the family. Hauled in the front of the Senate, Paracon prosecuted a sorry sight, called to a convenient battering ram in hand. Instead, is ready to strike down Donos in a brutal act of violence. Luckily, pacify were quick enough to act and prevent this terrible deed. Now we have an unable task to pass judgment for that wicked man. Wait a minute, Heracon. Oh, names are similar. This Heracon? Heracon? That man. He's the party leader of the religious faction. Anonymous? Is he a partyman faction? Or candidate? Rival with our leader and rival with the general. That's who he was trying to kill. Not old enough to be eligible to be elected. But he's got good charisma, but he could be leader one day. So dungeons have straightened him out. Of course, that wouldn't do much. Kick him out of the country is... Well, sit there and think about it. While we await for the Republic monarchy, the kingdom of the Mamertine Republic, to give us access. I say again, the kingdom of the Mamertine Republic. Now, open sesame. Wait one more month. Treatment successful. Thanks to the superb skill of our Magna Graecian precision. Okay, I'm starting to grow impatient. Just give them the money. We'll conquer you one day. Just of course, I think one more month. What's so hard about that? It's a tiny country. Sending a single money, a gift to fine. And I don't usually like to send gifts. Let's move on. I mean, they got their own problems. Got the city. Oh, that settlement. This is a city. One slave at a time. Just ravaged the countryside. They want to sue peace from them. What do you want? Liberate. Okay. They're willing to give away this territory, but they want to liberate. What? Province. It's not a province, but they want to liberate another piece of the land that's said to belong to them. No. Our war, our terms. We'll get them in a moment. Attempted bribery. Ooh, more manpower, that's tempting. Any manpower is good manpower, you shall have it. These guys have access. No, they don't. We're gonna get them surrounded. Ignore these requests. I know some of your experience worn off after all that training. Take them out. They got a bad general. Well, we have bad tactics. Development. And after all, they're all architecture, so we may have to rethink those tactics next time. This is conventional warfare. Not face time. Let's beat these guys too. No, stop. Just retake this area. This time we force march into them. But they're way faster than us. Yeah, go far, you cowards. Revolt. It's from them. War goal is still being contested, so now we need to take down this fort. We can't go that way until this goes down. We have plenty of food. We're importing horses. Oh yes, we have enough slaves that we export horses now. So now we have more light cavalry discipline. Even though we all sent them to the second stratus. Close. May have to endorse it, and of course that means more tyranny. Okay, that's it. Get them down here. Didn't want to use them. There exists in Magna Graecia a general feeling of dissatisfaction at the financial practices of Nikephoros. Desmentera. He changed conviction instead of the mercantile. Malicious rumors circulate painting a wild picture of hordes of gold jealousy squirreled away in the national treasury. We picked a bad advisor for the job, but the stability is so high. Yeah. Donate to the poor. Go ahead. It's bad statesmanship on that man's part. We'll have it sorted out in the next term. Continue. I did not want to bring the second army down here. But we're gonna have to because this region's precarious. Not to mention we're gonna have two armies. One for Sicily and the other for the rest. On the run they are. Position yourself here. This fort's about to go down. This will go this way, and the other army, it's about their time to get that piece of the action. Sorry, no go. Fort has fallen. Time for you to go down this way. It's time for you to get your pay. Bountiful olives. Oh yes, we've seen this before. We're thankful for our blessing. I'm keeping my money. And we are about to reach, by September, martial advances. Paymaster you see down there, for our maintenance cost. You definitely need that one. Oh, this way. Can't go that way? Why is this not accessible? I mean, there's no forts here blocking it. Could be this one, right? Here it is. Use that. By the way. There you go. Now we make more money. Even during the war. So, okay, I guess this little piece of territory will get away. That's why. And I think they're about to surrender, so that makes us another piece of territory we'll have for ourselves. At least we did not have any fleet stationed. You just sit there and do nothing. That's why we cannot advance, because of that damn fort there. Oh, son of a, I did not pay attention. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I do have a tendency to have tunnel vision when it comes to warfare. Now we got a terrible person running this country, in which he's a narrow-minded man who's depressed, and I could care less if this character gets assassinated, dies in office prematurely. But this is the real man that should be running the country, unlike him. Oh. You're almost too slow. Two. Guess we'll prefer a talented one here. Dementia. Okay, fine, it shall be him. Didn't want to have too many family members in. Anyways, let's just see the end of this war. Or at least a part of it. Get the rest. And then end hostilities. Now we're going in. Our elephants will devastate them. They took down their forts. Now I have diphtheria. I will not seek treatment. Probably because of lack of money, one would think. Wink, wink. Yeah, we'll end this episode as soon as this war ends. They're gonna walk right into it. Army annihilated. Them too. And we got a prisoner too. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Total victory. Give me all. And we didn't take too many losses, so we're still quite fresh. Over that. The Reagan. Well, here's that. We'll have a look at these prisoners a little later. Because, ladies and gentlemen, at least we've expanded a bit. But Rome is still getting stronger, and they made friends with Epirus. How dare you? We'll figure out what to do next on the next episode. But until then, so long for now.